Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Raven Court League. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the members of Team Dynouh. This is the final day of the round robin, as I'm going to float around here for a second and fix some camera stuff. There we go. So we're in the final day of the round robin. This is for all the marbles. We're going to figure out what the playoff bracket looks like. If you would like to check out the Liquipedia, which has the round robin phasing, scoring, and the, well, so far one of the teams of the playoff bracket, you can use exclamation bracket. If you'd like to check out the Raven Court League or their prize pool, you can use exclamation Raven in chat. Yes, because I did change the command last night. Of course, we want to mention that this is the Meta Madness style of draft, so heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of. We have two more best of threes after this one. We're going to be looking at Dynouh versus Madara first, Ultralisk versus Skog second, and Ultralisk versus Madara for the third. Now, as we get into this Braxis holdout map, you might be wondering how we got here. The coin flip was initially won by Team Dynouh. They opted for a map pick priority, which is a bit of a surprise, not going to lie. And that does give Team Dynouh map ban priority as well. So Tomb of the Spider Queen banned up by Dynouh, Dragonshire banned up by them as well. Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines, the Diablo-based maps, will be banned up by Team Madara. Team Madara, of course, has first pick priority, as they are the not map pick team, and Team Dynouh was the one that chose to take us to Braxis Holdout. So we're starting out with a fantastic fun map of Braxis Holdout. It's one of those maps where I wouldn't say like the draft is crazy unique, but we do get some difference in drafts. The big thing is the solo lane is sort of on an island. You do have things like Genji, who are really good at rotating to that top lane, as he has two forms of mobility. He can use the natural agility, or excuse me, the cybernetic agility, his trait, and then use the swift strike so he can cross through the boss phase really easy. He can also cheese the boss with his deflect. So Genji should be a hot priority for one of these two teams, I do believe, as he has made it through the ban phase. But also, as we look over towards the solo lane, things like Rexar and Misha are huge on a map like this to be able to control the point. And speaking of controlling the point, Garrosh does that fantastically and phenomenally. Diablo is up and available, but of course you don't want to play Diablo into Garrosh. It is going to be the Muradin. There's the Genji, as I had mentioned as well. Deflect into the boss is really strong. His rotations into top lane or back down into bottom for ganks or, you know, quick assistance is easily achieved. Muradin also does have his Dwarf Toss, which is a way to kind of make his way halfway to the opposing lane through the boss terrain area. So it's a nice 1-2 pick at the start, but oh my god. Okay, we're going hyper carry 4-man bottom lane with something that can just solo lane out of its mind. And as I said, I'd love to see a Rexar Misha. Chen can be pretty good here. Yorel's good because of her Righteous Hammer, and then you get the trait where you can activate to then Righteous Hammer again. Mr. Bandit, you are perfect. Thank you, Mixels Pixels, for the redemption. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, but realistically, this is a great map for Gul'dan. Like, I know, I personally think this should be a mage, and the reason being is that mages do super well on maps like this because you can poke around the objective. Gul'dan also has Horrify, which is a good boss control tool. Gul'dan has amazing Zerg wave clear, so this in my opinion is one of his best maps as well, of just how and even like you can go like Pursuit of Flame and you can go full Fell Flame build, and by level 16 with Rampant Hellfire and everything, you are just playing out of your mind. This is also another, as I said, it's a good map for mages, and Mephisto is a good ban here. So we're gonna see Junkrat, Chromie, Vala completely banned out by the side of Team Dynouh. The members of Team Madara will ban out the Mephisto, Dahaka, and Sylvanas. We get a Cassia Hogger paired into the Genji Muradin, so we're gonna need a healer for the side of Team Dynouh. And I'm a little surprised that Team Dynouh didn't flex with the solo lane. They're actually confident that they're like, okay, we're gonna grab Hogger, and they can draft into our solo lane. Because usually you leave that last spot for some sort of flex. I would have actually been happy if they grabbed their healer, but it seems like maybe. Well, it seems like to me, actually, that Team Dynouh, they want the Hogger. They don't want to give that away to Team Madara, and they will round out their draft with, there's the Yorel for control, and there's my Gul'dan. I absolutely love this. This is such a little perfect addition to the draft. Such a perfect addition to the draft. Okay, oh, I pushed a clip button and I realized that I'm on a 20-second delay, so. Oh, Deckard's fantastic for this map. Deckard is so very good for this map. I really don't know who I lean into on the draft. The Zarya hyper carry Gul'dan bottom lane, I'm pumped about that, but this is a Genji Cassia Deckard Cain throwing shapes with control, Muradin piercing stormbolts, maybe even a haymaker, to be honest. Could be a plausibility to displace something like a Gul'dan. Either way, let's go ahead and swap into our casting screen, and we are going to go ahead and get our prediction wrote up for the map. Definitely not Team Dynouh. Team Madara. Maybe that's what we start calling them. Team Dynouh. All right. Not a bad draft. Not a bad draft from either side. We're about to load on into map number 1. Thank you all for being here. Be sure, if you are watching over on Twitch, be sure to follow. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so we can also build up the YouTube page. If we can get 1,000 subs on that channel, we can monetize the channel. And that just means more bandit treats for the good boys. So, if you feel like being supportive, you can use !YouTube, or you can scroll down to the panels below where there's the YouTube link. And as I said, if you're already watching on YouTube, as these VODs will go up on YouTube with spoiler-free additional time, and there's already 6 of them up. We've got some NGS games currently up there before the next round go up, and I'll start editing these ones this upcoming week. All right. Gamble. Yeah, sorry, I'm just waiting. The first load-in is always the longest of the day. The first load-in of a best-of series is always the longest. So, like, Ultralisk versus Skog, that first map will be a long load-in for some weird reason. It's, you know, small indie dev company, fired most of their developers, and now the community needs to fix all their bugs for them. You know? Just Blizzard things. Red drafted map, blue drafted team fight. I want to vote for map as usual, but I must vote Ninja. Oh, Genji. I was like, vote Ninja? Are you voting for yourself? But yeah, I will get the gamble going in a second. This is the reason I don't want to run it too quickly is because I want you all to be able to see the level 1s. Am I the hold up? Okay, there we go. All right, start prediction. There we go. Is it the NA? Is it the NA Observer? Oh, it's not the NA Observer. Phew. Okay, alrighty. Let's go ahead and get on into this. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Team Dynouh. Dequaza playing Hogger. Dynouh on that Genji. We'll see Joanna. Hold on, everyone gets one once. Joanne playing the Muradin. Rutso with his Cassia. And last but not least, Captain Rex on one of my favorite healers, Deckard Cain. Over in the top lane, looking to set things up for an early pressure onto the solo laner Hogger, we've got Team Madara. Ixer will be playing Zarya. Madara on the Gul'dan, play with Garrosh. We've got Eevee on the Stukov, and Yrel to be played by Sven. So we're going to see a swap onto this laning. There's the Pursuit of Flame level 1 that I was talking about in the draft. So we're going to see Rampant Hellfire and all that good stuff. Dequaza sees the enemy team all rushing into this top lane, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to play this safe. Genji looking for a bit of a flank on some of his poke potential. Sven did kind of float up towards the top lane on the right-hand side of the minimap, but that will be Sven just going right down to bottom lane. So we're going to see a different setup than normal. This isn't like, oh my god, they're redefining the meta, but what they are doing is they're going to have a little bit of a, you know, they're forcing awkward rotations at the beginning of the game, and this will be Team Madara with a wave pushed into the fort front gate, and they get a bit of early game damage, so small incremental gains. Want to look at some of the other level 1s here we didn't talk about. This is going to be the maximum charge for Zarya. Regen globes now instantly grant 20 energy, but also spend 150 seconds above 50% energy, gain an additional 20 maximum energy. Gul'dan will be having fetid, or not Gul'dan, sorry, the Stukov. I guess Gul'dan could be a Zerg. I mean, if I could see it anyways. Stukov will be going fetid touch level 1, so you'll have the cooldown reduction by 50%, so weighted push is a 10-second cooldown. That'll be taking it down to 5 once you finish it out. So this is going to be a unrivaled strength level 1 for the Garrosh. Going to be having the extra toss distance and damage. And first blood will be over to the side of Team Madara. They managed to pick off Invade onto this camp, and Cassia will be the first one to fall to that Zarya. A double camp in the top lane as Deckard Cain tries to create some shapes for some zoning on the ground with that scroll of ceiling. Sidewall already taken down. Gul'dan continues to throw some of his Fell Flames into the structures and the enemy heroes, and we're already at 9 stacks out of the 30 onto that one. On the opposing side, we didn't really talk about some of the talents. Sapphire, Deckard Cain, block stacks for Muradin. Genji cybernetic agility, or the agile dismount, excuse me. And charge strikes for Cassia. Well, Muradin dwarf tosses in. He's going to get some decent damage onto Madara. And that will be a counter kill, or at least a kill to the side of Team Dynouh. Genji able to solidify that Gul'dan pick. We got some Zerg charge. Garrosh sticks onto the point for a few seconds here, trying to keep the charge going. And actually, the chase was a little miscommunicated by Team Dynouh, and a little extra charge goes over to Team Madara. Toss on to Muradin. Garrosh with a speed barrier is able to back away safely. The potions are good so far from Captain Rex. Going to go into Potion of Shielding at level 4. This is the common Deckard Cain build we've seen. I actually don't know if we'll see Emerald at level 7. I mean, the AoE healing reduction is kind of nice, but also Kanai Cube with the healing, the damage reduction is pretty nice. Cube Mastery is always good if you want to throw out more scrollless ceilings. But I feel like if you're going Cube Mastery, that's more so you just want to spam your scrollless ceiling like I do. But of course, as I've said, like at the rank I play, people stack up so very often, so going stacks at 1, cooldown at 7, and then the 200% damage at level 16, it just works out. Hell, I've had games where I have more damage than a Butcher. Granted, of course, we're talking Silver Gold Butcher. Muradin Stormbolt doesn't connect. Dynouh's displaced for a second. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we haven't really talked about the solo lane matchup, so let's take a peek down here. There is some scuffling over in the top lane. Actually, I jumped down here, and unfortunately, Sven does not get picked off. I guess fortunately, Sven doesn't get picked off. I actually wanted to look a little bit at the 1v1, but looks like Dynouh doesn't want to respect said 1v1. We've got Garrosh still sticking around on the top lane point. Muradin trying to step his toe onto this as well, get the charge in their favor, as Hogger has forced Sven back a little bit. Well was tapped, and it looks like the fort front gate is doing fine down here, but it is going to be that Hogger with more damage. Daquaza doing a great job down there. Gul'dan's pursuit of flame level 1 is done. He's going to continue to throw those Fel Flames in. He's got the 10% radius increase. So you can poke from further away. Another Fel Flame. No, it's... Oh, wait. The Echoed Corruption of Fel Flame, but the potions are in place. Maximum charge for Zarya is also completed as well. So not only are the regeneration globes giving 20 energy, but she has a 20 more max energy. Oh, my apologies. It looks like there was a rotation in the bottom lane to try and stop Yrel, and I think Sven sacrificed himself to be able to get this objective phase, and Deckard Cain will be traded out in the top lane, so it's uh-oh. Dynouh might not have any mobility tools here. Okay, there is the Swift Strike. He's going to be able to Swift Strike out Hearth, and this is Gul'dan and the rest rotating to bottom lane. Zergwave in top is an Ultralisk, a couple Lings, and a Hydra. Meanwhile, the big bad Zergwave in bottom lane, Muradin gets displaced with a toss from Garrosh, forced to use his Dwarf Toss out. Lurking Arms zones back Daquaza, who's trying just to poke back with some staggering blows. Muradin on the top side of this engagement is looking to maybe flank into the enemy team, and absolutely he's going to try to do so. Dynouh now back in the mix. Madara is the target. The Swift Strike reset does come through, and now EV getting a speed barrier from Zarya to try and back away, but Stukov wants to do his best to help out and spread that healing pathogen, and it looks like he will be able to keep his allies alive for the time being. That's set up right there. There's no level 13, so no virulent reaction, but Eevee could have landed it right there. I always say this, I have so much respect for Stukov players because things, and even the white main players as well, like Harsh Discipline 16 for white main or 13 Virulent Reaction on Stukov. These are things that are not easy to land. It is a mechanical skill that is something that needs to be practiced, and it's so difficult to land those. It's a skill shot with an AoE underneath, and you got to hit those buttons in the right order and timing. It will be an Emerald level 7 for Deckard Cain, so he's going to go for healing reduction. Gul'dan with the Consume Soul level 4, as well as the Cursed Exhaustion at level 7. Life Drain deals 50% more damage and slows the target's movement speed by 40%. That's a good way for Garrosh to close the distance, or even for Stukov to kind of get that Lurking Arm value. He doesn't have Low Blow level 1, but still, the damage over time, the silence, you're keeping them in that puddle 40%. Well, not 40% longer, but you know what I mean. Their movement speed's reduced by 40%. It's harder to get out. Yrel jumps in, Sven with a nice Righteous Hammer. This Garrosh is so very low. The Fend is pretty good. The physical and spell armor on Garrosh, and it's Muradin to go down. The Zarya barrier, they want to step in further. Gul'dan drops a whole lot of damage over time onto the old man, and Captain Rex is not going to be picked off here, leaving those potions around. I feel this as a Deckard Cain player. I feel that as a Deckard Cain player. You're at like 25% HP and you're just chucking out potions because you're like, you know what? As long as I play safe, these potions are not for me. And that's the truth. Like, as long as you play safe, like, you can play on that lower health pool for Deckard Cain. Gotta be a little bit careful. Sapphire into the stay while and listen. Garrosh will get the ally toss out. Massive shove does push one back. There's a Horrify from Gul'dan with a X-Strike and a Lightning Ball. The Deckard Cain healing reduction is going to be thrown on the ground with that Sapphire connecting into Ixer, and a double kill to be achieved by Team Dynouh. They might make it a triple here, and Zarya, does she have a barrier? One little barrier. She's going to turn around and try and get some counter damage, but it is a beautifully achieved
triple kill.
And now, with 3 dead for anywhere from 14 to 5 seconds, this is charge to the side of Team Dynouh, and boss seemingly going over for free. There's that deflect value I was talking about in the draft. Urel Stukov make it to top lane, and we stop at 48% on Zerg charge. Actually, Gul'dan makes it to bottom, but he only puts a toe onto this, gets it to 50%. Madara needs to get out of here before losing too much HP. But now Garrosh comes through with a Warlord's challenge into 2. Dynouh's going to be hit by that Warlord, pulled back in, the Groundbreaker as well. They can't get any more damage onto him. The Swift Strike and the Hearth out. Urel in top lane working on that boss. Muradin will get the counter channel, and we'll see the stop around 16-17%. Excuse me, can't have 17%. We will also see... Oh god, I always make Thunder Burn, sorry. I always want to say Reverberation, but that's the blue one, and I know it's incorrect. Nice root from Deckard Cain. Shockwave from Dayquaza. Surprisingly not gonna be lined up correct there. Dynouh jumps into the backline, shurikens to the face of Madara. The Emerald will be applied from Gul'dan, or onto Gul'dan. Gul'dan's actually, Madara's just gonna try and drain into Dynouh, but it's Madara to fall. Rutso maybe to be trading all of this. Warlord's challenge, and Rutso does go down, so they trade Cassia for Gul'dan. Big stay while and listen onto 2. Muradin not able to get the kill. Oh, Genji X-Strike, they get the kill. Things are falling apart on the side of Team Madara. Captain Rex maybe gonna get one more particle grenade. One more particle grenade? Nah, he gets a potion, he's fine. And Dynouh with the Hearth out. Yeah, he gets the Hearth out and he gets the channel as well for his allies. Boston top lane got some good value, but this Zerg wave is going into bottom for the side of Team Dynouh. At least, no, it's going to be stalled out at 92%. All right. Map number 1 of the day, Braxis holdout, looking pretty good for Team Dynouh. It was actually, surprisingly, like, Madara had the lead, but this mid entering into late game is starting to really shift back over to Team Dynouh. As a reminder, these are best of 3s today. Next weekend, we'll be getting into best of 5s. Next weekend is best of 5s. 13s on both sides as well. The weighted pustule to check the bush. They are going to catch a Muradin, the Horrified, the toss, the everything on the ground. Expulsion zone to be used as well. That was 3 heroics to get a kill into Muradin, but they also steal away the camp. They're going to get some channel onto the Zerg. No, they're not, because Dynouh's in top, being a nuisance. Ah, my apologies. Gul'dan will pick off the Deckard Cain in the bottom lane. The old man shall fall. Dynouh gonna be a bit of a pest here. Yep. Let me guess, he's got it. Yep, he does. Righteous Hammer. Nice little stun from Sven. Dynouh gonna try and poke here as well. Does have the Shingun at level 13, so that's gonna be extra damage as long as he's hitting those triple shurikens into a target. And Dynouh gonna, as I said, he's gonna be a bit of a pest here. He's gonna try and jump back onto the point. Hogger with a spin through. It looks like we have a bit of a full team fight here. Cassia rotating up, Deckard Cain to join in as well. Sven back onto the point. They want to hold this over, but now Sven gonna get chased down by Dayquaza and Dynouh. There's a huge Warlord challenge onto the Muradin, who does get picked off. The Zerg wave will go over to the side of Team Dynouh, and a Shockwave from Hogger maybe buys him a window to back away. The staggering blow, is there enough? Nah, the Horrify catches him, and that will be Hogger picked off. 67% versus 100, and it seems like there's a really, really big commitment coming out from Team Madara in this. Oh, Captain Rex is going to be dead? Definitely dead. And a lone Cassia, or excuse me, not a lone Cassia Genji to defend here. Yrel Hearth's back, bottom lane fort will go down. Yrel's going to go clear out things in bottom lane, but this top lane Zerg wave could yield a keep. I mean, there's still 7 seconds on Hogger, 20 for the Decker Kane. Murden is back into the mix. Bile drops coming out from the Ultralisks and Guardians. Speed barrier onto Garrosh. He actually just runs past the Murden looking for the Cassia, and then he doubles back, says, oh, you know what? I'll take this kill, and why not? 16 talent here, advantage to the side of Team Madara, and they might be able to take this map right here. If they can find a kill into Rutso, that might be exactly what they needed, and yes, a staggered kill. It's 4 members pushing into this top lane with a couple Guardians, a Raven, an Ultralisk, and some Marines. I don't know how they got those Marines as a Zerg. They must be infested. Stay well and listen is just a zoning tool at this point, actually. Oh no, they do catch, they caught one. I think it was the Stukov, maybe. Shockwave through, but look at Dequaza getting trained by Gul'dan. The core shielding is gone. The massive shove does push back. Gul'dan gets the kill onto Hogger. Yrel is working her way across the map, and I don't know, is she going to go get a camp? No, she's working her way over to this engagement. 88% left on the core. Gul'dan continues to throw in Fell Flame after Fell Flame. And as I mentioned, he's got that rampant Hellfire. Oh my god, huge Warlord's Challenge. That's also an Expulsion Zone. A double kill on top of the earlier pick onto Hogger. Dynouh, another Fell Flame would be enough. Garrosh looks for the Groundbreaker. He tries to get the toss of the X-Strike with 9 HP. 9 HP left onto Dynouh, but that is going to be map number 1 going over to Team Madara. Really, really well played here. An executive decision to go core and end map number 1. I really thought this wasn't going to work out. What's up, Tree Leaf? You're just in time for the end of map number 1 of our first best of 3 of the day. I seriously, I thought that was, I didn't think it was greedy, but I was like, can they actually end here? Like, the death timers aren't crazy low. There's a Zerg wave pushing bottom. Granted, of course, Sven did Hearth back for that, but man, oh man, was that beautifully played by Team Madara. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Ravencourt EU League. It was like 0 seconds of downtime. They wanted to get right back into this, and alrighty. So, we are here into map number 2. We're going to Cursed Hollow. If you're wondering how we got here, I got you covered, chat. Initially, the coin flip was won by Team Dynouh. They opted for map pick for the first map. Tomb and Dragonshire banned up by Team Dynouh. The Diablo maps of Battlefield and Infernal Shrines were banned up by Team Madara. Team Dynouh picked Braxis Holdout, and Team Madara just won that map in a pretty decent, like, pretty fast, pretty decent draft. Like, oh man, loved the way that Team Madara just played that previous map. As the losing team, Team Dynouh have the opportunity to opt in for first pick or map pick, and Team Dynouh will be choosing to take us to map Cursed Hollow, or will be choosing map pick priority and going to Cursed Hollow. So this gives first pick back over to the side of Team Madara once again, who are up in this best of 3 series. As a reminder, there is a bracket that you can check out with exclamation bracket, well, here on Twitch, of course, and stuff like that. And this is also, now Madara still has to play another game today. Ultralisk versus Skog is next. Ultralisk versus Madara will be the third best of 3 of the day. And today, by the way, is the last day of round robins. Tomorrow will be a show match. It's a 2x speed show match. It's a best of 5. So it'll be really fun. I think they're using Meta Madness rules. I should actually ask BRB Soaking about that. Not sure if he's listening in on the stream or if he's somewhere else, but I'll have to ask him about that as well. As I mentioned, Meta Madness, we are in that draft style, so as we get into map number 2, Cursed Hollow, this is going to be things like Yrel, Genji, Gul'dan, Zarya. These are all unavailable for this future map. Of course, when we get into our next best of 5, as I mentioned, Ultralisk versus Skog could be the next, it could be after this map, or it could be after 2 more maps. But that hero pool will reset. There are no baseline bans, so it's not like Anduin's like perma-ban for the tournament or anything like that. So we could see Anduin here as he hasn't been picked up, but Blaze was immediately banned away with a Falstad, Sylvanas, and Dahaka. What do the members of Team Madara want to go into? We know that Sven does play a really good Lost Vikings. Sven plays a really good Lost Vikings. I don't know if I said hi to you, but how you doing today, Yanthor? If I miss you in chat, I do apologize, but thanks for hanging out with me, everyone, and lurking chat and all that good stuff. I know there's a lot of places you could be watching these games, and I appreciate you choosing my channel. Diablo, first pick. I mean, hey, there's no Garrosh to insta counter, but it's a nice first pickup. There's tons of walls to crash into. Lucio is up and available, and this is a fantastic map for Lucio. This is actually one of my favorite maps to play Lucio on. Like, Deckard and Lucio are my two favorite heroes, but this is a really good Lucio map. I'm sorry, we're first picking Vikings. Okay. All right, we're first picking Vikings. That's a first pick Lost Vikings. I don't really know about that, chat. Obviously, you just butcher. Duh, right? Obviously, you just butcher here. You just pick butcher and win the game.
Ready to roll out.
Or you just pick Sergeant Hammer. Because actually, with Vikings with Sergeant Hammer is actually really, really good. Vikings with Sergeant Hammer is actually really good, because the Vikings can go do everything else, and your Core 4 just pushes a lane. It's not a bad ban. It's not a bad ban. It's just one of those things that you don't expect. You don't expect these things. All right, Illidan to be banned away. Do they want to get rid of the Anduin potentially for the Yoink? Could ban out Anduin here, since Diablo wants to Shadow Charge, Polymorph, Brightwing. If they don't want to deal with the Leap of Faith, I think that's a solid ban. Okay, they're not going to go... Oh, well, they already have the Brightwing, so yeah, Lucio ban actually makes more sense. But I would expect this to be an Anduin. Stukov's already been played. Deckard Cain's been already played. Actually, Rhaegar is up and available if they want to get an Ancestral Healing for the big burst potential. I actually like the Rhaegar. Chain Heal would be good. Earth Living Enchantment. You've got Totem. You could go Healing Totem at 4 as well. Oh, okay. We're gonna go Punchies. Punchies and Blinds. Punchies and Blinds. All right. Divine Fortress Joanna, maybe? No. We actually did see a Divine Fortress. I casted one recently. I haven't seen a Divine Fortress since, like, release, maybe? Like, no one plays Divine Fortress on Joanna. It's Laws of Hope, maybe, but it's always Zealous Glare. I mean, Zealous Glare is so good. The 1, 16, and 20 synergies of those three talents are great together. All right, so I didn't know what direction they were going to head into with this. The Sonya Maev. So this is a sieging control composition that basically... I love this comp. I love this comp from Team Madara. Like, it's got so many layers to it. Almost like an ogre. Or a birthday cake. Everybody loves cake. All right. Last pick. I actually don't know what they're going to go into here. They probably want something that can get into Sergeant Hammer. Li Ming. Okay, Li Ming for pop-off. For resets and stuff. Dude, they should have butchered, man. They should have just butchered. They would have won if they just butchered. Alright, I am going to... Why is my mouse DPI 400? Who changed my DPI when I wasn't looking? Did you touch my ass? Sir, I'm across the room. How could I touch your ass? Start prediction. Which team wins Cursed Hollow? That is a Night at the Roxbury reference if anyone does not get it. All right. We'll wait for the load-in, and then we will start our prediction. Thanks as always for hanging out. If you're having fun, be sure to follow. Like and subscribe on the YouTube and stuff, and woohoo, here we go. Man, first pick Vikings. Huh. We'll see how this works. Yep, Shrek is, by the way, is a very good rewatch if you have not seen it within the last 6 months. If you've waited over a year to watch Shrek, something's wrong, bud. Something's wrong. Alrighty, start prediction. The load-in has happened. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side, we have got the members of Team Dynouh down in this best-of-3 series. This is Dynouh's only game of the day, or only series of the day, so this one does matter for the round-robin phase here in the Ravencourt EU League. We've got Joanna playing Joanna. Oh, look at that. For once, a Heroes of Storm player playing the hero that they're labeled as. Retso to play Li Ming. We've got Captain Rex punching through the enemy with Karazim, Dynouh on the Hanzo, and Dayquaza to play the Olaf. Baylog, and Eric. To the right side of the map, looking for a quick 2-0, as Madara still has another matchup later on today up against Ultralisk. We've got Eevee on Maev, Sven to play a Sonya, play on the Diablo, Xur on a Brightwing, and last but not least, the real tank of the game, Madara on Sergeant Hammer. Down in bottom lane, we have begun our little setup here. As a reminder, the gamble is still going. If you'd like to get a Twitch prediction going into this, if you want to play some odds as to who wins map number 2 in this first best of 3 of the day, you can get your prediction in. Also, there are level 1s at the bottom of the screen for you to note. Warpaint for the Sonya level 1. Warpaint, no slam at level 1. We have the Olaf the Stout at level 1. Hanzo's going into target practice. We're gonna have a flawless technique Hanzo. Obviously, Dynouh is totally gonna take flawless technique at 16. He'll totally take it at 16. Nice is memento, but the big thing last to know is Devil's Due for Diablo. Diablo is into more healing, right? Black Soulstone, regen globes, and healing fountains. Yes, more regen. Oh, is there no believers? Wow, this is awkward. Well, if Team Dynouh wins, Jeff Bezos makes $900. Well, that's unfortunate. Hell, I could use $900. Not only was Shrek a cultural reset, it did it twice. Dude, Shrek 1 and 2 are good. Hell, I think after my family leaves, I'm gonna rewatch Shrek. I might have myself a little Shrekathon. Maybe I'll just do it in Discord. I'll have an impromptu Shrekathon in Discord. Feels very fallish. Well, either way, no invade onto the camp to be stolen away. So we have that in mid lane favoring Team Madara. Sergeant Hammer setting up here. Shadow Charge into Dynouh. A lot of damage into the Hanzo. Madara, though, needs to back away. That Sergeant Hammer getting a little bit low. We'll get the phase shift from Brightwing as the zooms will expire. Sergeant Hammer re-sieges, and it does have the regenerative biosteel level 4, the best upgrade in all of Wings of Liberty. Meanwhile, in top lane, there was some damage onto the fort front gate, but with so much siege happening into mid, or so much team fighting happening into mid, I love that Sven is completely ignoring Dayquaza, and is just like, I'm just gonna keep sieging. I'm just gonna keep sieging. Speaking of sieging, Madara is gonna do their best to siege as Sergeant Hammer, and wow, I can't believe they avoided the Arcane Orb from Li Ming. Dynouh, by the way. Let's actually take a look really quickly. We can use his vision tool. Oh, no, we can't because we can't see all the enemy heroes, but we know Brightwing hasn't been hit whatsoever. We'll check on those stacks a little bit later. Don't stop at 2, in my opinion. I think the rest are okay at best, but still deliver. Tree Leaf, I think you said I would. I have no grounds to disagree with you. Overpower, Shadow Charge onto Li Ming. And it does not look like Diablo can do much more than that. Actually, Diablo's the one taking a ton of damage. Phase shift from Brightwing is pretty much mitigated by a gigantic Arcane Orb to the booty of Diablo. 7 talents here, not here yet, so no hover siege on Hammer. Meanwhile, speaking of Hammer, Madara's gonna try and boost away. Pops the Neo Steel plating. My F Spirit of Vengeance doesn't get the interrupt onto Dayquaza. Alright, Sven's been hit by Dynouh, right? I think I had Dynouh's vision still. Just trying to check things. Yeah, Brightwing needs to get hit. Hammer needs to get hit 2 more times. Maev. But I think they've got the 30% range increase, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 30% range increase is already there. We have the dragon. Oh, Hungers. It's gonna be, chat. It's gonna be flawless technique. Everything's there. I honestly don't remember the 4th one. Tree Leaf, I honestly think I watched the first 2. The last time I did a little Shrekathon, I think I just watched 1st and 2nd, and then I started watching other stuff. Oh, I actually remember exactly what happened. I watched the first two, and then halfway through the second one, I was like, I want to watch Princess Mononoke, so I did. Ooh, Rutsa with a big combo into Madara. Does have that Seeker. That's that noise of Seeker is so rewarding. Say what you will about Blizzard and all that stuff. Some of the people that work on these games are absolutely just brilliant. Like the sound design team that worked on Heroes of Storm. Oh man, there's so many cool things about it. Like I talked to Kyle Dates. He used to be one of the lead designers and stuff like that. If you watch the Kael'thasad video, he's actually the Kael'thasad design video. Like he's in a bit of that as well. But he told me so many stories about really cool stuff they did in sound design. Oh man, it's just awesome. Like there's the whole Asmodunk thing that they showed on YouTube of how they designed Asmodunk's like sound, all of his sound stuff. Really cool stuff. Anyways, Madara will be going for a channel here while we're kind of waiting for the setup on all this. A little bit of poke here and there. Brightwing does take a magic missile combo. Looks like Maiev has to back off. Maiev should have Well, I do believe. Yeah, Well is up and available. Actually pull back the talents here and cycle in through our other numbers if you're curious what the damage healing experience does look like. I do want to note that Dynouh is done with target practice level 1, so has the 100 extra damage on top of the 30% range increase. Dragon's Arrow followed up by a 7-sided strike and an arcane orb, and that will be
First blood.
over to the side of Team Dynouh, who will move over and grab themselves a boss for bottom lane. Sonya clears out the top. They just copied all the sounds from their respective games. 0 effort, copy-paste job. I don't know if you're joking or not, because that's very incorrect. I mean, literally, there's a YouTube video of them designing Asmodunk sounds. Hell, I have a story from Kyle Dates about how they spent days designing the sound for Deckard Cain's potion. Kappa's implied. Do not assume that on the internet people understand sarcasm. There's no tone on the internet. Do not assume people can understand that you have a Kappa. Do not think that things are implied. There's a really good emote. There's a really good old emote for implied. It's a really good emote for the word implied. Or an old GIF, I mean. Big Apocalypse into a Sergeant Hammer BFG, and an Umbral Bind keeps the Kharazim in place. A double kill to be achieved. The containment disc set up onto this Joanna, who's going to get shadow charged into the wall. The silence for 1.5 seconds after the containment disc expires was denying some extra abilities from Joanna, and she will fall. It's a triple kill plus a Vikings. Meanwhile, Madara in bottom lane during this curse is going to clear out a boss, but that is a rough go for Team Dynouh to lose out on so many characters during a objective phase. Oh, that is such a rough moment as a team that gets cursed. And I also have to say, Team Dynouh seemingly had some decent lead at the beginning of this map. They found the first blood, they got all these tributes, they had the Vikings pushing lanes. It actually seemed like Team Madara was starting to kind of get overwhelmed with how much that had been pressuring them around the map with the Vikings and team fighting and etc. But right now, we're actually looking at Team Madara ahead by a slight bit of experience. Oh, that is why. Sorry, my DPI got all jacked up earlier, and I bumped my profile button on my mouse, and I was like, that's why. Dragon's Arrow onto Brightwing. A Blessed Shield from Joanna will bounce around. Li Ming inside a containment disc. The Soothing Mist. Oh my god, I can't believe it. They don't get the kill onto Brightwing. That's actually Kharazim popping the 7-sided strike to try and stay alive. The BFG comes through from Madara. No one going down in this engagement, but seemingly it seems like we should have had a couple kills. 2 levels until Dynouh takes the correct talent at level 16. And if he doesn't, it's a misclick, of course. Viking in the bottom lane will do its best to clear things. Oh, this is awkward. It's because the other Vikings are being microed. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a bit of a scuffle in mid lane still. Nice scatters from Dynouh, poking at Sergeant Hammer here. Madara still above 50%, gets a blink heal from the Brightwing. Next tribute will be top center of the map. And Eric in the bottom lane will clear things out. We're actually going to have Roar level 16 for the Johanna, or level 13. I still expect this to be... Still expect it to be a Holy Renewal at level 16 for that Zealous Glare synergy, and then Blinded by the Light at 20. But we could see Radiating Faith for the upgrade. Dragon's Arrow into Diablo stops a bit of the control. Phase shift from Brightwing. I think that was onto Diablo as well. We have the Vikings still doing Viking things. That's a very low Rutso slam jam from Sven. We got this sort of Fury build with Sven right now. You have the Shot of Fury at levels 4, Battle Rage at 7. At 13, we're seeing No Escape as well. And now, Viking to channel the top objective. Oh, no. Not at all, actually. Dayquaza chilling in the bush. Maybe he delays out Sven. Sven, what? Sven just checks bush with spear and gets it and gets that immediately. Yeah, definitely gonna need some assistance. So there's the ping into the bush. You already see Diablo's like, all right, I'm gonna go set up in that bush. They're gonna check for Dayquaza. He's gonna harass a little bit here on Eric. He does have the Eric the Swift at level 4, so that's gonna be annoying to deal with. Assistance ping. The Vikings have delayed things out a little bit here, and I think we might have a team fight to pop off right now. Dynouh accidentally chose Piercing Arrow at 16. Must have been a misclick in the setup for this fight. He's just so focused on trying to set up for this fight that misses the opportunity. And Sergeant Hammer does go down. It's a reset for Li Ming. The Vault of the Wardens from Maev. They get the counter kill into Hanzo. 7-sided strike, but the pain is going to be shared by the allies. Big condemn from Johanna. Not able to finish the subdue. Wrath of Berserker still active on Sonya. You can tell from that purple bar and the glow on her weapons. But the tribute point still goes over to the side of Team Dynouh. We take stock of the map. It is still even between both teams. It's 5-5 in structures. Top fort has gone down. Bottom fort has been traded. We're gonna see a boss down here. Diablo trying to zone back Rutso. The defense ping coming out as well. Viking to check this out. Magic missiles. The rotation's coming in as well. There's the vision of our red team currently as they're setting up for this boss. That's a huge jump onto Brightwing. Diablo trying to play off of this as well. The root from the boss onto Maev, and she's going to be in a bit of a rough spot. The Vikings should be able to get a kill, and it's a boss invade that is going to really just... Oh, it's just a denial onto boss invade, and a few kills. Diablo Soul reset.
Triple kill!
Oh, I said that things looked a little wobbly for Team Madara, and then they get that massive shutdown during the last objective phasing during the curse. But it's Team Dynouh still hammering on, and it looks like they want us to go into that map number 3. Team Dynouh do not want a loss on this. And as I mentioned before, this is Team Dynouh's last game for the round robin. We still have Ultralisk versus Skog and Ultralisk versus Madara later on today.
Red team's core is under attack.
Bottom lane got pushed in. We will see Siege Giants and such. Li Ming and the rest. Diablo tries to get a Shadow Charge, and Retso, I believe, blinks out of that. Sonya still clearing out bottom. The core shielding will be scratched. Big Dragon's Arrow. Large and in charge. A little stun from Baylog. Diablo answers back with a Shadow Charge of his own. He does have Shadow Charge. He's devastating. He's Shadow Charge build. Sorry, my brain can't think of all the talent names, but there's going to be the devastating charge finished out from level 13. A containment disc onto Hanzo. Big BFG coming through. Cleanse out from Kerosene with his cleansing dash and Quicksilver. Maybe they can get themselves a pick onto Li Ming, and absolutely that'll be a dead Li Ming. I do believe this will be tribute over to the side of Team Madara, but that's 1 out of 3. Unless the Vikings can delay out for 50 seconds, I don't know if they want to do that. Bottom lane does have catapults arriving down over here. Let's take a quick look at the stats on the catapult. 494 damage into structures from said catapults. And you can see the setup into the bush. If Eric wants to try and delay out, he is going to die. Spear does not connect, but Sonya Slam will. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Dynouh and Captain Rex are going to do their best to kind of just push things out. But is this a little too far into lane? Not really. Not really, because we know that this boss is going to be grabbed by the side of Team Madara, especially with Li Ming dead for the next 17 seconds. They refuse to go quietly into the night. I agree. I agree. Team Dynouh. Team Dynouh. They want this. They want this map 3, and I can definitely feel it. I can feel us going to a map 3, but of course, we'll have to see how things actually shape up. Boss in the top lane for Team Madara. We have Fury of the Storm, not Swarm. That's Zagara's. Fury of the Storm for the Vikings, but the big thing to always note on that one is that each Viking has their own individual charge of the Fury of the Storm. So, a lot of wave clear. A lot of good wave clear. Radiating Faith for Joanna. We'll see the 11-sided strike for Karazim. Li Ming is holding 20. Obviously, it's going to be Pure Power Archon. Archon Pure Power? One of those two phrasings. Probably maybe Talrosh's Elements. Oh, she could also go Repulsion 20. I guess she's waiting to see what the enemy side's going to be picking up. Diablo's probably going to be Hellgate. I don't think he's going to go for the Dying Breath, I believe is the name. Oh, do they really want to just eat a curse? Wow, they're just going to eat the entire curse. Okay. This is a little scary, I'm not going to lie. It is going to be Repulsion level 20 for Li Ming. Mid lane is where they're just kind of grouping up. They're having a little meeting before the team fight to break out. Oh, okay. The anticipation or the anticipated play is going to be into mid, and Team Madara is already set up for that. Ultra Capacitors, Ignore Pain, Invisible Friends, Shadow Orb Huntress, and there's the Hellgate Diablo. One cat is on core, but they're not really too concerned about that right now. The minion wave should be spawning soon. Mid lane Fort Front Gate is taking some damage. Yeah, there's going to be EV taking care of that super quick. Madara displaced by the Repulsion. There's going to be a huge Apocalypse with the Hellgate from Diablo. Madara gets a nice Blink Heal from the Brightwing and a Soothing Mist from said Brightwing as well. Containment Disc onto an Olaf, unfortunately, but Dayquaza finds a Viking kill. Or, excuse me, not Dayquaza. Sven finds a Viking kill. The Vikings are back into it with play again. Meanwhile, bottom lane, that Catapult. Oh my god, they're going to lose to the Catapult. No, it's absolutely fine right now.
My curse subsides.
Sonya's got the clear into the top lane and back into mid. Little scatters out from Hanzo here and there. Big Repulsion. You can see how far it pushed it. The Brightwing was here and she landed up against the wall. So Diablo trying to close the distance with a Shadow Charge, but the rest of the allies are not around. Maev's working on a camp with the help of Madara. Granted, Madara is Hover Siege kind of halfway in between, so maybe could have floated back into the team fight. Right now, one good team fight for Team Dynouh. They take this map, and we head to a third one. Good team fight for Team Madara, and they can start pushing into the map a little bit here. Still a lot to go. Wrath Berserker activated by the Sonya. The Radiating Faith from Joanna will be used, or the Blessed Shield, I mean. And seems like they don't want to give Sven a target to keep smacking, so they just want... They want Sven's Wrath Berserker just to expire out here, and I think that is actually going to be the case. Yeah. Sven wants to keep fighting, but just the Wrath is going to expire, and that'll be on 36-second cooldown currently. Shadow Charge, no... Oh, wait, hold on. Umbral Bind onto one. Joanna takes a ton of damage. Containment Disc onto a Viking. The Apocalypse, once again, from the Diablo will be activated. As they get a stun onto a few, the Silence onto one Viking. Dayquaza has got an Olaf. The Slam doesn't go far enough to get the kill. And mid lane Fort does go down. Meanwhile, in bottom, there are two catapults arriving towards the core. And with two Vikings dead, are they calling for a boss? Play again up in 6 seconds, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings are going to use that. Danger pings. Oh, they're feigning boss. That's it. Hellgate into the Joanna. They are feigning the boss. The pull onto Joanna. She pops the Iron Skin. And a bullseye from Hanzo tries to get a stun. Joanna throws out a Blessed Shield. And they're able to break the risk, walk away. Sven does have that Wrath Berserker up and active. And in the middle of this camp will spin. Clear that out quickly. Containment Disc onto Li Ming. That's huge. That's huge. And we're seeing retreat pings coming out. And we see retreat pings. The setup was really good for said Containment Disc, but it just does not seem like they wanted the follow-up on Team Madara. The tension on this one. EV takes a good chunk of damage, blinks into the Sonic Arrow. That's actually kind of wild right there. Dragon's Arrow will connect onto Sonya. 7-sided strike, and they drop the BFG back into the enemy. And looks like this is going to be a back off for the time being on the side of Team Madara, and I can't blame them. They need to go clear their core. They've lost 44% off that. Looks like boss, though, will be grabbed for the bottom lane. And I think... Sonya's dead for 45. This is a really risky engage. Apocalypse activated by Diablo. The boss is really low. Does anyone get on the point in time? No one can get there in time. Diablo goes in onto Li Ming. The boss gets a slam. Diablo will be stunned. And right wing is like 300 HP. Diablo goes down as well. I think, ladies and gentlemen, with this invade, with Sonya still dead, with a kill onto Brightwing, with a pop-off onto Maev, Rutso and crew can go. Oh no, they want the KDA. They gotta find the KDA. Now they're gonna look for a Diablo kill as well. I mean, was this necessary? No, but
Team kill!
Gather tribute or face my curse.
the Vikings are actively standing in the negative armor zone. Doesn't matter, though. That is going to be... Oh, play again from Vikings. Ah, doesn't get the value. First pick. Sven literally already saying, I want first pick as the losing side. GG, well played. Our first best of 3 goes to a map 3. Oh, good thing someone put 69 on Team Dynouh because they, you know, they actually won. Okay. All right, everybody, we're back into it. Map number 3. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. If you got some ads, I appreciate it. If you left because of the ads, I guess I'm sorry, but either way, it's the only way we can manage them outside of games. So we're in Towers of Doom. Map number 3, as a reminder, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Dragonshire were banned out by Team Dynouh, Battlefield and Infernal Shrines were banned out by Team Madara. First map was Braxis Holdout, chosen by Team Madara, and they lost that. By Team Dynouh. Team Madara won map number 1 on Braxis Holdout. As the losing side, Dynouh opted in for Cursed Hollow. We just saw that map, and that was a beautiful exhibition of some Vikings play as well. And we will see the losing side from Cursed Hollow being Team Madara. They opted for first pick priority, so this will be map choice of Team Dynouh taking us to Towers of Doom. So we're here in our third map of the day. 20 heroes are unavailable. 6 more will be banned away at the top of the screen. As I mentioned before, heroes that are picked and played, like Yrel, Brightwing, Hanzo, Genji, Diablo, Garrosh, etc., that we've seen in the previous maps of Braxis Holdout and Cursed Hollow, they'll be unavailable for Towers of Doom. So no Vikings on this map, but we could see Sam Abathur. We could see Samuro Abathur. The big question that I actually have is there a Dahaka ban? Because Sven has a really good Dahaka. And if they don't ban it away, I'd love to see a first pick Dahaka, personally. I'd love to see Sven grab a first pick Dahaka if that is going to be the case. Blaze, I believe, still has been banned away. So it's either Dahaka Blaze ban, Dahaka or Blaze ban. So which of the evils do you not want to deal with? It's Stitches. Okay, so no Kidnap comp. Medivh is pretty powerful on a map like this, but as I mentioned, I really would love to see a Dahaka pickup here. Granted, they could be prioritizing Blaze as well, since it is up and available, but as I said, I'd like to see the Dahaka. Oh, Sylvanas is picked. Oh, Sylvanas loses every game. GG, well played, draft loss. Did I say that right, Shot? Did I get that right coverage for you? Alright, Sylvanas first pick for Team Madara. So either Dahaka or a Blaze. And then you grab, whoa. Okay. Alright. Kerrigan Anduin. Alright, that's interesting to start. First pick Kerrigan. I mean, it's good Wombo combo, though. Baseline, you have the Primal Grasp into Impale with the Chastise. Level 10, you have Light Bomb, I assume, plus Ultralisk, that's more stun ability. There's the Dahaka that I want. Oh, Night Russian stuff. Night Russian stuff is pretty good. Carrion Swarm. Ooh, we actually could see a Dark Conversion Mal'Ganis. It's not super popular, but we could see it. Darkened version Mal'Ganis. But Carrion Swarm with Seeker Swarm level 20 is nice as well. All in on Dynouh now since Sylvanas. There you go. Something Sylvanas never wins. It's like I'm really playing ranked. Wow, they go for the Medivh ban as well. There's a Blaze ban. I can't be upset about that one. What do I want to grab with this? Muradin's been played, Diablo's been played, Garrosh has been played, May's up and available. Arthas actually could be a combo into all this. Actually, Arthas might not be a bad pickup. Arthas might not be a bad pickup into this. They'll go ETC. Okay, they'll go ETC. I forgot about barbecue for dinner. Leoric double soak. He's fairly strong in that. He's got cleave into minion waves. We could see Neil Peasants for faster clear. Okay. Anna and what? Are they gonna go for?
Here we go again.
Okay. Mr. Van. I love this draft. I love this draft completely from Team Madara. How do they want to rend out? They're looking for a Wombo. Do they go Orphea for Eternal Feast? Orphea does have really good poke potential. So like Mosh Pit Eternal Feast, Entomb Eternal Feast. Like I think actually Orphea would be stellar for this composition. She's also got great poke as well with the Devour. Okay, Jaina works as well. I'm fine with Jaina. I just think Orphea's cool. I think like Orphea's kit and her design is really interesting. But it will be a Jaina, which is still very synergistic with all of this. You still have circles instead of control. All right, let's go ahead and swap into the cast. I will get us a Twitch prediction wrote up, and then we will get into Towers of Doom. I forgot that I grabbed myself a cup of tea, and I'm so happy. All right, third map of the day and our first best of 3 of the day. As a reminder, after this map, we're going to have a tiny little break. We'll have an interview with Joy and Dynouh, and then we're going to be checking out Ultralisk versus Skog, okay? Our third best of 3 of the day will be Ultralisk versus Madara, so we still have more Heroes of Storm action for the Ravencourt League. As a reminder, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow. If you'd like to support the stream further, it's always very, 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 very appreciated. If you'd like to, if you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Hello, YouTube. I hope you're having a great day, whenever this VOD does get up. All right, we're loaded into map number 3 of the day here on Towers of Doom. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Team Dynouh. Dayquaza to play the Leoric, Dynouh on Jaina, Joanna on ETC, Rutzo to play Kerrigan, and last but not least, Captain Rex on that Anduin. The gamble has begun. I started it a little bit later, so you had a little bit more time to see the first interactions as well as these level 1s being picked up, as we do have a delay on the stream today. To the right-hand side, Team Madara. We have Playa on the
10 seconds.
Mal'Ganis, sorry, my brain blanked. Eevee to play Sylvanas, Ixer on Ana, Sven to play his Dahaka, and last but not least, Madara on Chromie. Your level 1s are at the bottom of the screen. The first engagement's in the middle lane. Be sure to get your gambles in, ladies and gentlemen. You still have a solid few more moments. Wow, we got some big predictions on this one. Sylvanas brings out the big bucks, it seems. Or maybe it's map number 3 brings out the big bucks. Can we get an interview with Bandit during the break? If we get a couple subs between now and after the Dynouh interview, sure. Sure. Whoa, Mal'Ganis goes in. He's unable to find any sort of kill setup for his team. Kerrigan's still holding level 1. Don't think she has any like questing at level 1. I think it's usually... God, I'm blanking on the name. Yeah, there it is. It's Fury of the Swarm. I always forget this one because I was like, it has the cleave icon, but it's not cleave. Fury of the Swarm gain 10% more assimilation shields from basic attacks. After casting Ravage, that's the jump. Kerrigan's next basic attack within 3 seconds splashes for 10% damage around her target. It is cleave, but it's just the name is unique to Kerrigan, as they did that a bit ago. They changed battle momentum. That used to be like everybody had battle momentum. Rush talk in from Sven. This is awkward. ETC lands a power slide, primal grasp into the impale. Though a drag onto ETC will be met with a leap of faith. Here's a nice night rush onto Dynouh. There's no other leap of faith for 70-some seconds. EV's gonna jump around here, and that is met by a Leoric on the far side of this engagement. She drops a whole lot of damage, but it looks like Sylvanas will be fine. How much is a few? Asking. Okay, so this is the way that I always view it, because my dad always said this to me when I was a kid, and it makes sense. A couple gets married. A few friends go to the bar. Many people go to a party. Does that make sense? So like a few is like 3 to 5, maybe 3 to 4, and I would say like many is like 5+. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. But my dad always said, like, that always stuck with me. He's like, Christopher, a couple gets married. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Because I used to just use, when I was a kid, I used to say a couple for everything. Like, I'd be like, oh, I just want a couple cupcakes, and then I'd walk out of the kitchen with like 6. Alrighty, we have bottom lane of... Oh, wait, hold on. Power slide through the wall with a crowd surfer ETC. Looking for Mal'Ganis, gonna meet it with a night rush, followed up by a sleep dart. Got a bit of a sleepy composition here on the side of Team Madara. Is a couple always 2, or was I lied to? That's how I always look at it. Like, a couple gets married. Or a couple goes to on a date. Granted, I mean, you know, modern day dating, you know, sometimes people have a third partner. I don't know. Just... Anyways, we get, sorry, we get traded shots from the bottom and the left. Sven looking for 4 more into the core of Team Dynouh. And I do think, yes, Team Madara will take the lead in our first objective phase. The Raven Lord will take 8 shots of damage, 4 shots to the side of into Team Madara. All right, we have a gigantic bet on this map, and I'm very much loving it. Thank you, chat. 9 stacks for ETC with his Prog Rock level 1. Actually picked up his 10th globe out of 20. Jaina on 12 of 20 of her Fingers of Frost. ETC with the Crowd Surfer trying to look to get through these walls and set up potential kills, or at least lockdowns for the Kerrigan to then play off with Jaina's burst ability. Ice Flow's level 7. This is such a strong talent. Increase the width of Cone of Cold by 10% and cause heroes hit to reduce its cooldown by 2 seconds. Doubled against chilled heroes up to a maximum of 8 seconds per use. There's a clip I have somewhere of me playing Jaina in, I don't think it was ranked. It might have been ranked. I'm not sure 100%. Either way, I was playing Jaina on Hanamura Temple, and I was like, oh, I'm so dead. And then I literally just spammed the hell out of my E button, and we got like a bunch of kills. It's wild. I have to dig for the clip somewhere. Nice power slide from ETC. There's the setup I was talking about. Biotic Grenade will go out from Ana as well, trying to keep those healing darts connecting onto Playa here. And it looks like Dynouh's getting a little bit low, though Sylvanas is also low on mana, low on HP, or at least 50%. We're going to see some well taps, and we're going to get set up for our next objective phase, a singular objective in the bottom of the map. With that laugh, we're 5 minutes into the map, and we're going to go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. We're going to look at the damage, healing, and experience for both these teams as 10 talent tiers around the corner for both sides. What's up, Vita? How's it going, bud? A couple is 2 versus a couple of, which is 6. You know, Demon, do you make a good point of that? You've been on 4-person dates? Well, la-dee-da, someone's got friends. Way to brag, Kess. Wow, looks like Kess knows more than 2 people. Great Ravage back into the Blizzard. Placed down on the ground. That will be Sylvanas getting picked up. But meanwhile, Madara is able to get the shots in. Madara trades his life for 4 more shots into Dynouh's core. That will also give 10 talents here to the enemy. But holy crap, ETC takes a nice brute. A brute of damage? Takes the brunt of some damage? I gotta figure out a better phrase for that. People have friends? Yes. Like, I would consider a lot of Twitch chat my friend. Like, ETC drops the Mosh onto the Ana. The Light Bomb is off to the side as well, but Night Rush from Mal'Ganis slows down the kill into her. It is inevitable. The Haka brush stalks in a huge wailing arrow. The drag is onto the Ultralisk. Anduin falls in isolation into ETC. Is there a Feeding Frenzy 7? There is, but ETC is able to power slide away just as he regains control of his abilities. Sapper camps are actually about to be up in a second or two on the left and the right-hand side. A little bit faster for the left. But if there was, like, an event, I would invite all of you to, like, it'd be like, if I was going to BlizzCon, I'd be like, hey, let's all meet up. Let's have a good pal time. I'd consider you all my friends. Except for the people I time out. Like Revolver. Ugh.
Yourselves, heroes. The altars rise.
One of my favorite things in Germany was I met someone, and I'm pretty sure they were from France. I think their accent was French, if I remember. I vaguely remember. I met so many people. But there was someone who caught me when I was walking back from the bathroom to go back into casting. And the first thing he says, "You're a lot shorter than I anticipated." Just... I was like, oh, all right, thanks. Mal'Ganis is going to get the Carrion Swarm. I'm 5'9", by the way. I'm 69 inches. If you want to know in centimeter, multiply 69 by 2.5. That's roughly in centimeter. Big Ravage into the Light Bomb combo. The Slowing Sands trying to zone back the enemy. Madara inside the Entomb with the Ana as well. The time stop onto Dayquaza. We have so much of a split fight. The power slide from ETC through the wall gets the kill into Sylvanas. The Mal'Ganis goes down to the Anduin on the left-hand side of our screen. Yeah, they get the kill into Leoric, but it still will be 4 shots into the core of Team Madara as they lose 3, and Retzo takes a nice handful of sand to the face. Actually, it's going to be 8 shots. Is it parity on the map? Did they ever announce more for BlizzCon? No. At least I haven't seen anything. Like, they haven't announced their schedule, which I feel like is kind of sketchy. I feel like in the past they announced the schedule by now. I mean, BlizzCon's in less than 2 months. I haven't heard anything about creator badges. I would have thought it would have popped up on my Twitter timeline or something because people would have been talking about it. Yeah, I have not heard anything about Blizzard. Nice kill into Sylvanas right there. They dive in, drop the mosh pit. The Water Elemental is actually tanking a lot of the damage from the towers. We have an Eye of Horus, by the way, on at level 10. We didn't really talk about that. We were distracted with me being distracted. I refuse to believe that you're exactly 6'9". I am not 6'9". I am 5'9". But that translates to 69 inches overall. Because 5 feet is 60 inches and plus 9, so I'm 69 inches tall. I am not 6'9". That's Sven. Sven, who's playing Dahaka in this game. Sven is 6 foot oblivion. Like, that man is so goddamn tall, and he's such a nice person. Sven gets the drag onto Dynouh on the flank over here. We have the fight over this Sapper camp, and it looks like it will be picked up by the members of Team Dynouh. Retzo taking a ton of damage. The healing from Captain Rex might just be enough. Is it enough under Retzo? The assimilation shields? No, but they trade the Dahaka for the Kerrigan. Zerg for Zerg. I might have misspoke there. I might have said something wrong there. My apologies, but still, yeah. I'm 69 inches. But if you want to know in CM, it's multiply that by 2.5. All right, Joanna Ayaya gets the channel, and it is now Team Dynouh in the lead with 4 extra HP. It's 28 to 24. But it's Towers of Doom. It's anyone's game. We'll see how things work out. Sharpened Blades from Kerrigan done. Chromie has the fast forward at level 11 or 13, however you want to count it. Actually, no, level 14. 16, sorry. Doing math backwards. Remorseless for the Sylvanas, by the way. Remorseless for Sylvanas. Kind of surprising, I'm not gonna lie. With all the CC that's available, and you know, and the ability with the movement speed to augment as well is really nice. It's 140%. ETC, or excuse me, the Wailing Arrow goes out. There's an Entomb that creates a bit of... Oh, that just holds Mal'Ganis in place long enough to find the kill. Water Elemental gets a bit of siege damage in the bottom lane. Next objective phase will be triple, and Team Dynouh have a 16 to 15 experience difference. I guess, sorry, that's not phrased right. A 1 level difference 16 to 15 favoring Team Dynouh. There we go. Leoric is Ominous Wraith, Royal Focus. He actually went into Ghastly Reach at level 4 with his Consume Vitality level 1. Alright, how is this going to work out? Mal'Ganis will respawn. He'll be back with the team before the objective phase is spawned, because we still have the 20 seconds to go, and Mal'Ganis is on the map. Chromie going to try and clear up bottom lane really quickly. We have top, left, and right, so usually those are traded by the solo laners, and this mid position is where we see the big team fight to break out, but Madara might be caught out, drops the Slowing Sands, will time out for a second. That's 1, 2, 3 Blizzard. Madara gets hit by 1. The Ultralisk comes out from Rutso, gets a bit of a stun. Meanwhile, Dynouh needs to get leapt away. We do have the Glyph of Faith level 16. Mal'Ganis, though, does he have Carrion Swarm? Not for 5 more seconds. The time stop did it by a bit of a window. Dahaka brush stalks down, looking for a drag onto the backline onto Anduin here. I have Horus from Ana as Sylvanas will still fall. Cocoon for Kerrigan. Captain Rex self-casts the Light Bomb, the ETC Mosh, the Blizzard from Dynouh. It's disgusting. They still can't get a kill. Carrion Swarm from Mal'Ganis gets the kill onto Rutso. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Oh my god, I can't believe it. They can't kill this Kerrigan. Captain Rex's healing is just a little too good to deal with. And they still get the kill onto Mal'Ganis. A time stop onto Leoric here as the Entomb will expire. Chastise gets the Piercing Light into 2. EDC with a power slide onto Ana, and they get another kill. That's 3, 4 kills. Dahaka will fall, and a
Team kill.
achieved by the members of Team Dynouh, and they will guarantee a total of 9 shots into the enemy core. Left and right were traded by the solo laners, but these 5 shots shall reign in favor of Team Dynouh. What's up, Tackless? Oh, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that, bud. I'm trying my best for all of you. Appreciate you coming by and supporting the stream and lurking, chatting, cheering on some awesome players. Wow, man, this ETC is so well played from Joanna. This ETC is so well done right now. Gonna use the center teleport, get back over to this bottom lane a little bit faster after regaining mana and such. It is 2 level, 3 level, however you wanna split that lime. Sure. However you want to cut that watermelon. It is roughly a 2-3 level difference between these two teams, favoring the members of Team Dynouh. As we've got 2 stacks on the Piercing Light for the Anduin. 7 on Dahaka's Enhanced Agility. He's over mount speed by a little bit. Caster math kicking in. Okay. 20s are here, Buried Alive, Winter Mute, we've got Psionic Shift for the Kerrigan. So it's a little bit different than just Blink, because you also get some Assimilation Shields and you actually get a lot of it based on the damage you dealt from the Psionic Shift. So basically using Blink aggressively is rewarded. Censure for Anduin, 20, no Inner Fire, Light Bomb. ETC drops a Mosh and Torbusses away. 14 to 3 in kills. Double objective phase coming up. And they're going to try and find some value in the top lane with these sappers and minion wave. It's not going to be a bell tower converted. And I actually don't think this will be picked up by Team Madara. We might see if they get mid, no, 5-5. Okay, if actually mid gets converted if they convert mid, get both plus boss, that's GG. If my math is wrong. No, my math is right, because that's 12 plus 4 is 16. So there you go, 6 are in. Now you just need one really good team fight inside of Team Dynouh, and Team Madara knows this. They know that they're in the death area right now. So they have to make a play down the 20 talent tier. They can poke at this, but they can't poke at this for a level and a half. ETC, nice burr away from Sven. He's not going to get picked off. Try and get us our zoom here so we can kind of see the setup from both sides. And will Team Dynouh give this? I don't think they will. They've got the advantage. They don't need to give this by any means. Face melt to deny. By the way, that also gave cooldown reduction from the level 13. Sappers maybe for bottom lane. Jane is going to grab those. Dahaka is going to start working his way back up towards the top lane. ETC avoids the sleep dart, gets hit by some sands. Dahaka goes down to bottom lane. Madara still poking over the wall here. We've actually, in this time, about half a level has been trickled in for Team Madara. But I just don't know. I just don't know, chat. I was promised as a math-free space. Torbus ETC! The wailing arrow from Sylvanas doesn't save the cow and... Excuse me, doesn't save the vampire, I guess you could say. ETC really showed him the light. Blink over the wall, Ultralisk as well. They want to try and get... Okay, so yeah, Leoric's gonna go for the channel, I think. Yep. 5 shots in. Boss still wins. Boss still wins, and you can see it. They're all rushing towards it. Madara has the scout on this. Please don't caster curse this. Man, Team Dynouh's doing so good. There's no way they could lose the boss here. Like that. Drag onto Anduin. Oh no, oh no. Drag onto Anduin. Kerrigan ravages in. Sylvanas will fall to the Jaina. Captain Rex throws out the Chastise, trying to back away. Anduin traded in this moment. Chromie will go down to the Leoric as he's run her down. Dahaka, Lurker Strain, bops back the enemy, and ETC has a bop of his own. But still, it's a 1-for-2 trade, and this is looking like it is still boss over to the side of Team Dynouh. Mixels is over there like, you fool! ETC looking for a mosh pit, 4 seconds away. He actually has that immediately from the face melt. Here comes the mosh. Drag, no. Torbus is, okay, yep. Yep. Yep, 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 yep.
Quadra kill.
Just start dancing. This is where you just start dancing. I just screwed up my DPI again. God dang it, Bobby. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to fix my... There we go. Mal'Ganis, the lone man trying... The lone... What faction is he from in Warcraft 3? I can't remember. The Undead. The lone... Oh, God. Oh, they come through the center point! Leo's going for the channel on the right. Leo! Interrupted by EV. But now Sylvanas is dead. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be GG right there. Yep, Sven even calls the GGs. Chromie on the left-hand side will be picked up, but that is going to be the core of the Gravekeeper to fall. The Raven Lord shall win. And Team Dynouh with a reverse sweep here in our first best of 3 of the day. Dreadlord, thank you, Lard. No, that's yeah. Because the faction in Warcraft 3 is Dreadlord, but of the undead. But yeah, Dreadlord. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. And later is revealed a minion of the jailer. Really? Oh, well, thank you for the lore. I love lore like this. I absolutely like. I need to find there are StarCraft books, and I wonder if they're good. Maybe I add those to my list down the road. Which team wins Towers of Doom? It was Team Madara. Team Madara did win the payout. No, just kidding. Someone in chat's like, oh, my points! Scourge, Undead, Dreadlord,